Hey guys, welcome back to EDG Classics. Today what we're going to be doing is replacing the fuel pressure sensor B inside of a 2016 Ecoboost Mustang. Now this repair will work for not only 2016 but every Ecoboost Mustang, so at the moment from 2015 to 2021, as well as some other various Ecoboost vehicles from Ford and Lincoln. Now the part we're going to be using, I'll put it in the description, is from Ford Motorcraft. Now, the issue that we're having is when you start it up, sometimes from a cold start, it'll be a little bit of a rougher idle, or say you're at a stoplight, you'll also have like a rougher idle. I've seen some things on some different forums that some people's vehicles stall at like a stoplight or something like that, and they have to restart them. This is most probably going to be the issue. I believe it is going to be a P018C code. It'll say the circuit's low or something like that. It's just a bad pressure sensor. Now, it's a very common problem. I don't know specifically what's wrong, but it's a very common problem with the stock pressure sensors that Ford puts in their vehicles. And this job doesn't take super long, and it also doesn't require a ton of tools. All you really need is a 12mm wrench. You're gonna need a crescent wrench as well. Safety glasses are preferred, as well as you're going to want a rag just in case any fuel splashes anywhere. Now, another thing you can do is you can go ahead and just take off this engine cover. We're not going to be doing that today. It does make it a little bit easier, but of course it's not necessary. So what you're going to want to do, preferably when your engine is not hot, is go ahead and stuff a little rag underneath this fuel sensor and this fuel line right here, just in case any splashes out. You don't want to get it everywhere. So first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and just remove this little clip. You're going to want to push up on this back piece right here and then just pull it straight out. It may give you a little trouble. Don't be afraid to give it a little bit of force. All right, so once you have the connector disconnected, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and put that crescent wrench, loosen it up a little bit, just put it right on that. That is the fuel sensor, the pressure sensor right there. Go ahead and snug that bad boy right back up, and then take your 12mm wrench, and then you're just going to want to pop it just like that. Now once you have that done, you're just going to want to twist it off, as well as trying to cover it so you don't really splash fuel everywhere. All right, got a little bit of fuel out of there. So this is the bad sensor. What we're going to want to do is basically the same exact thing in reverse. So this one is our bad sensor, this one is our good sensor. An easy way to tell, especially if you get it from Motorcraft, the bad sensor will not have any real markings around the edges. As far as on the new one, you can see it's got some of those markings right there. So that's a good way to tell so you don't get mixed up. So now what you're going to want to be doing is basically the same exact thing in reverse. Go ahead and tighten this guy up. And then once you have it tightened, of course, you're just going to want to go ahead and snug it up. You don't want it to be super tight because you don't want to break that line, but you also don't want fuel going everywhere. So just get it hand tight. Then go ahead and get this guy on there. Go ahead and get your 12mm back on there. And go ahead and just snug it right up. So now that the new sensor is in and we lost a little bit of fuel, the fuel lines are a little bit empty, there's a little bit of air bubbles. What we're going to want to do is go ahead and prime that fuel line. Easiest way to do that is this sensor right next to the fuel sensor. Go ahead and just unplug that, and you're going to want to start your car maybe 3, 4, something like that times just to get fuel in there. Of course, it's probably not going to start every single time, but that's okay. That's kind of what we're wanting. So now what we're going to want to do is start the car. Like I said, to go ahead and prime the fuel lines. Probably not going to start, may start. It's luck. That's what we want. We want to basically just run the pumps, run everything, just so that fuel can get back into the lines. Just go ahead and do it one more time. And now We're gonna go ahead and just plug that sensor right back in. Get that guy nice and snug in there. And now, we're gonna go ahead and start our car like normal. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Of course, message us on Facebook, Instagram. Other than that, feel free to like and subscribe. See you guys.